Alright, this is kapun piso, presenting the truth backed up by facts. We know that believing God occurs in the brain, nowhere else. Religious beliefs are all composed of delusions and fantasies. And the same thing occurs with the schizophrenia and the status epilepticus. They all accept delusions as if they were reality, like in religion. One can take religion out of schizophrenia, but never a schizophrenia or status epilepticus out of religious beliefs, making religious beliefs simply the psychosis.
And now we know too that the language of our brains is based on bioelectric impulses.
Exactly. There you go.
Millions of nerve cells communicate in fractions of a second.
Yeah, believing God is created there.
We have 100 billion active nerve cells in our brains. Stretch them out, and they'd reach from the Earth to the Moon, a distance of over 185,000 miles.
Look at that. We know that Christian people, Christian pastors and all that are deluded. The people belong in mental institutions. They ought to be committed, and they don't have no business in being doctors or scientists or helping people, especially in the new health care thing. They don't understand it because they are very ignorant. And look at this pastor here.
You know, but pastors are telling me things like, Rick, you wouldn't believe it. Seniors are saying to pastors, am I going to die?
That's the problem.
In this new system?
Well, that's the problem.
Ask you about Christ Psychosis.
That's an interesting thing that you just
we don't need this garbage,
or is it
mental illness of religious beliefs in this 21st century.
It says something.
Christian doctors will not have to do abortions. That's
no, Christian doctors should get committed, and they should be practice medicine because they believe in resurrecting zombies. They have a problem with their brains. What people don't understand is that a Christian doctor believes, because of being a Christian, believes in resurrected zombies like Jesus Christ that never existed, believing all this deluded garbage, demonic possession and stuff like that, and resurrected zombies that say with blood because of the sin committed by Adam and Eve, a mud man and a rib woman, when they accepted a fruit from a talking snake. That is a Christian. And anybody that thinks like that is psychotic and retarded. There's an emotion from God. We can see this. The guy that stabbed ex-Beatle George Harrison also thought he was an emission from God. This is very revealing for anybody that would like to do some research. And religious beliefs all over the place associated with this illness. Neurologists don't want to tell you about that because it's a hot subject. Religious experiences happening in the brain. And you know that they are based on delusions, especially when somebody's educated and still believe in Mickey Mouse and resurrected zombies. We know that something is a problem in the brain. Some people don't think so. They think they can be educated. But as the schizophrenic, religious people, educated religious people cannot be convinced that 2 + 2 = 4 because the delusions are insistent. Now we have status epilepticus. We know here that everything is related to epilepsy seizures. Today in this 21st century, it is a fact, and it's proven by neurology, that we create the mind with our brains, not our asses or hearts. So people that have these visions of God and beliefs and are educated, they ought to know better that Mickey Mouse doesn't exist or zombie or resurrecting zombies. Then they ought to be placed in a mental institution like a person that suffers from a depression or a schizotypal disorder, because they're all creating in the brain. And these people shouldn't practice medicine, or be lawyers, or even fly planes. Anybody that believes in God and believes in all this nonsense is deluded and suffers from a psychosis. The only person that believes and that backed up by facts that religious beliefs are a form of psychosis, a form of neurological disorder. Let's look at the Christ Psychosis infected Michael Jackson's doctor. That's the reason he died. He's a believer, and the medical institutions give him license to these retards? They're believing imaginary friends and resurrecting zombies? These are the consequences.
As long as I keep God in my heart.
See that?
And you in my life, I will.
See, this psychotic retard stuck in the Middle Ages doesn't realize that it's the brain that creates God. Not the heart produces shit. Thinking is produced by the brain, not the heart. And he's a doctor? This is from epilepsy and behavior. Static seizures. And we have here reports focus on hours of ecstasy, having been limited larger to single case descriptions. Well, this happens in religious psychosis. It's Christ Psychosis, as I call it.
Morally wrong.
Look at what this doctor told this lady.
I shouldn't be having sex.
Christ Psychosis, piece of shit.
Into a lecture about, ethically, how I need to rethink things.
She doesn't want to share her doctor's name or her own, so
she should.
Call her Melissa. She told us her doctor was Catholic.
I have no problem with the doctor being a practicing
Christ Psychotic retard. Belongs in a mental institution.
They do not have a right to impose that.
That's right. Not in this 21st century.
Yet more and more patients are getting a dose of religion in the exam room.
Yeah,
Some
ridiculous.
doctors are rejecting patients
Ridiculous.
whose demands throw their moral compass off course. And now,
the retards.
in 9 days, the Bush administration plans to push through new rules allowing doctors, hospitals, pharmacists, and other healthcare workers to refuse to take part in any procedure they find morally objectionable.
There shouldn't be doctors then.
Published last year.
Anti-science idiots. This is morals. There's no morality in Christianity. It's a mental illness. This is the problem today.
God's plan to breathe life into us.
God's plan nonsense. Idiots.
So if someone came to you today and said they would like contraception.
These people ought to pay taxes and belong in mental institutions. Retards. And they're not deluded or schizophrenic? They sure are. With problems in the brain. Religious beliefs are a form of mental illness. Like it or not, it's a status epilepticus. And all these symptoms are there. I'm not the only one that says this. I have tons and tons and lots of information that actually ends up these sites, these medical, neurological sites. They actually relate epilepsy with they link it with religious beliefs. We have here a sign of cross, signum crucis, observation of an uncommon ictal manifestation of mesial temporal of epilepsy. So any person of faith is actually stuck in the Middle Ages, in the past. So it is proper to give him a new title. PR, which means psychotic retard. So anybody that believes in zombies or flying horses and demons and all that, it should have a PR in front of their name. Means psychotic retard. And the fault is neurologists that actually don't put give doctors allowed doctors to have their licenses and start believing in all this nonsense. They have a problem with screw loose in their brain. I'm not insulting people that of faith when I call them retards, because if the shoe fits, wear it. When one acts retarded and thinks retarded and impose a retardation on some other people, they are retarded.
In terms of its position right there. In this particular case, we found 6 unrelated patients which have the same microdeletion. So it's between these blocks of duplicated sequences that essentially have de novo events in which the parents are normal, but the deletion is associated with the microdeletion syndrome.
Yeah.
So we've now identified 6 out of 2,082 individuals with mental retardation that we've tested, and 0 out of roughly 3,000 controls that we've tested. Obviously, there's more work to be done, but it's suggestive.
Exactly.
One interesting thing about this particular important in epilepsy, mapping specifically to this region.
What happens? Epilepsy. See, I back up everything I say with evidence, with facts, no bullshit. Facts. And microdeletion, we know that the status epilepticus causes this belief in God and this religious retardation and nonsense. And one can take religion belief out of schizophrenia, but never a schizophrenia out of belief in God and religious belief. True hurts, but if you are educated and you believe in God and all that nonsense and are Christians, go see a neurologist. Pace Diorum.